Well, they say that it takes a village to raise a child, and CASA of the River Region hopes that you will become part of that village to help some of the abused and neglected kids in our area. If you've never heard of CASA, or maybe that you just want to learn a little bit more, there's an opportunity coming up next Friday, the Embrace a Child Breakfast. William Myers is the president and CEO of CASA of the River Region, and joining us this morning with all the details. Hi there, William.
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. Excited to hear more about this breakfast. It's called Embrace a Child. Tell us about the breakfast and what people should expect.
Sure. So we've had the breakfast now for several years, and it's an opportunity to learn more about CASA and the work we do with children who've experienced abuse and neglect. It's a 1-hour event. There's an opportunity to hear from a judge and from a CASA child and different people who are involved with us and really get to know the ins and outs of what we do in the community.
And what are you looking for people to get specifically out of this event? Do you want them to walk away and say, I understand more, or maybe I want to volunteer?
Absolutely. So we would love to have people come to the breakfast and volunteer. We need CASA volunteers. Unfortunately, there has just been an epidemic of child abuse in Kentucky, and so we need more people to volunteer. But we also hope that people will give to our mission. It is a free breakfast, and that's because we've got wonderful sponsors. Bill Alden, the Lamicas, Texas Roadhouse, Cosair Charities, the Ohio Valley Educational Cooperative, and Oxmoor Toyota, who have helped to fund the cost of the breakfast. But we also would like people to give and help us so that we can help other children.
Those are great sponsors, by the way, and I think that says a lot. Not only are they sponsoring you, but does that make you feel like, wow, the community supports what we're doing, like well beyond this event?
It does. We've been around since 1984, and we've just had a great outpouring from the community of people who want to volunteer, want to donate, and want to help us in our mission. And it's so important. And this breakfast is an opportunity for people to learn more, to do that donating, to learn about volunteering, and really to make sure that every child in our community has a voice, has someone to look up to, and has someone in their life that they can trust.
You mentioned how long you've been here in the community, since the 80s. Looking back to that, what would you say, what needs have changed? And then what has seemed to stay the same over the years?
That's an excellent question. So unfortunately, we're seeing a lot more involvement of substance abuse in our cases. Previously, in the 1980s and 90s, there was less substance abuse and more issues with domestic relations, things like that. But there are a lot more needs related to opioids, to alcohol, drugs, things like that. So that's been a shift that's happened. And also, we've seen just an explosion in the number of cases. Kentucky has been #1 in the country for child abuse, unfortunately. That number has dropped, but we don't believe that the drop is because an actual drop in abuse and neglect. We think it's because of a drop in reporting during COVID. And so we've seen a lot more growth in child abuse. We've seen a lot more need related to addiction, and we want to do everything we can to help prevent abuse and make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Well, William, before we go, I'm going to let you give us the details once again of the event and where people can go to register.
Absolutely. So the event is going to be on Friday, the 22nd. The doors open at 7:30, but the event itself is just 1 hour. It's from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. at Copper Kings. And you can go to our website. It's casarr.org, and you can sign up to come to the event. Again, it is a free event because of our generous sponsors, but we would really like you to come and learn about volunteering, hopefully help donate to ensure that we can help even more children.
All right, William, thank you so much for taking the time. We hope a lot of people will not only show up, but leave saying, I'm going to volunteer, I'm going to do more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Once again, if you want more information about CASA and all that they're doing, or to register for that event, go to casariverregion.org.